What's going on, everybody? Iconic Wally here with some Battlefield 4 beta footage. I'm definitely enjoying myself. So today, the new game mode came out called Obliteration, which basically, in the rough sense, is a random bomb spawns, and you take that bomb to the enemy's arm sites by fighting through basically hordes and hordes of enemy forces. It's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. As far as the console goes, they introduced jet skis, which are, great jet skis. Who cares? I don't really care about jet skis. But they did put the transport helicopters in there. And the mechanics of the transport helicopter, I would say they feel a little bit heavier than the BF3, but they're still pretty fun. The hitboxes are definitely bigger. From what I've noticed, I think they might need to look at the hitboxes for the little birds because, for whatever reason, I have no problem hitting down the transport helicopters, but I feel like anytime I shoot an RPG at a little bird, I feel like I'll go right through it sometimes. I don't know, maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, maybe that's working as intended, since little bird is nimble as hell, and the transport helicopter, well, still pretty nimble. It's not as maneuverable as it was in BF3. You can't really get away from certain things. You can't, if you're in front of a tank or in front of an RPG guy and he's got a good line on you, he's going to shoot you down. There's no getting out of it. But I kind of like that. I think that the transport helicopters should feel a little bit heavier. I think that they're pretty cool. The Chinese one looks freaking sweet. It looks like, if anyone's seen Zero Dark 30, that movie, it looks like a stealth helicopter, kind of. It's got like the cool triangle V-shaped deal going for it, and the wheels kind of retract up into it, while the American one is still the Huey. Pretty old school, still sweet ass helicopter. Definitely fun to see them. And then the way the camos show up on those helicopters and the vehicles in general is freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie. I think that the camos themselves and the emblem, the whole process of it, really does add a lot of personalization to the whole Battlefield thing. And Battlefield's never really done that before. It's kind of said, you're just a nameless soldier. Here's your equipment, go at it. But now it's like you're not just a nameless soldier anymore. You're nameless soldier with a gas mask on, whatever, but you have your own personalization to it. You've got the pink camo or the skull flaming camo or the cool like tiger stripe camo, and your gun's all customized, and then you've got your little arm patch, which is your emblem, and then if you ever get into a vehicle, you got your emblem all over your vehicle, and then it's on your gun. I think that's really cool. I know that's not really a minor, or it is a minor selling point to any kind of FPS franchise, but I think at the same time, them taking a page really out of the Call of Duty book and saying, look, we're going to take that and we're going to use that because people want it, and it is pretty cool. I'm impressed. I know it is kind of like copy and pasting from another franchise, but at the same time, it does give Battlefield sort of a more interesting appeal. You feel more as if you are that soldier, or that is your tank or your chopper or your jet ski, whatever it is. You feel like that is you, and you gotta that's your baby. Um, as far as the tanking goes, I am honest to say I'm really enjoying myself. This was filmed at a European server today, and I got in a few good tank fights with some kids who actually knew what they were doing. They sat back in head glitches, tried to range me, and it was a lot of fun. I was getting ranged by a few kids. I think I lost one tank fight to the kid that I was playing. I was playing against like two or three different Europeans. I don't know who they were. I think they were randoms, maybe. But the tank fights, as far as I feel for them, I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I think they're going to be fun again. It is kind of go back to the whole trading shot mechanic that BF3 pretty much nailed down, and it's really going to come down to basically not who is the better tanker, because BF3 really, in my opinion, wasn't about that. BF3 was about, in my opinion, who had more repairs, who had more support. In some cases, that's not necessarily true. Positioning had a lot to do with it. But on Grand Bazaar and Scene Crossing and Davenman Peak and any other like alley map with a tank on it, wasn't really skillful. Anybody can do it. But maps like Caspian, Firestorm, Karg Island, I think open maps like that, I think tanking is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited to see a lot of the other tankers out there, a lot of the up-and-coming guys have a lot of fun in scrims. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to go back to tanking. It's taking me a little bit to warm up to it, but just getting in a tank now with the your personal little camo on it, and then it's got your little emblem on it, whatever your little emblem is, I think that's cool. I know those are small things, but I've always been sold on the whole concept of how cool can you make your game, or how cool can you make your character. Like if they made Battlefield 4 an RPG, like kind of like Skyrim, and your dude leveled up and got dragon shouts, this would be the greatest game ever. like of all time. But obviously that would never happen. But the customization is there, and I like that. I do like that a lot. Um, as far as Obliteration goes in general, I think it's going to be a very hectic game mode. It already is on the console. Like, I've seen more action playing just Obliteration because it drives people towards each other. It really drives players and opposing forces really against each other. And it gets you into the action quick. There, you have a parachute option. You can pretty much just parachute right into the middle of the map, get in there and start fighting. It looks crazy on the console, but I can't even imagine what this would look like on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Of course, it's going to be crazy. I'm definitely looking forward to this game mode. But again, the other thing that I really just am happy about is, again, the hit detection. This was on a European server, and it feels like I'm playing on an American server. And I think finally they've done that right. I haven't been killed around walls. Nearly, I haven't played too much domination. I played a little bit of it. Got a little bit of domination footage I can probably put up later. But it feels good. Everything feels pretty good. So, if you were iffy about Battlefield 3 and you kind of still are iffy about Battlefield 4 from the beta, my opinion is I think that this is definitely a must-buy if you're a Battlefield fan. Or just care if you're a comp player. I don't know how competitive this game is going to be. I hope it's going to be competitive, but and you never know. And that's the final thing I want to get into. There is a USA versus Europe All-Star event going on, and the competitive community has kind of put forward the roster that they want picked. Now, there's no guarantee that this roster is going to get picked, and there's basically just no guarantees. This is pretty much just the roster that people put forward. And there's been a lot of disagreements about this roster, and I understand that pretty much, but I think that the roster itself looks pretty good. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a spot on it, and I might get voted off, who knows. But I'll put the link to that below if you guys want to check it out, to the platoon at least, and that's pretty much it. If you guys want to get some beta games with me, or if you guys want to play GTA with any of the iconic guys, please just send one of us a message. We'll hop on with you guys. We're playing all the time. We're really enjoying it. But that's pretty much it for me. I love you all. Peace.